I'm Dean Galusha, and welcome to another edition of Shoot and Plink. We're back with Umarex's Cowboy lever action rifle. Pretty anxious to try this thing. It's going to be the first shooting, so the sights are not adjusted. We're going to find out what happens. We're going to shoot at some of our Pepsi cans down there, so we're looking at that logo as the bullseye and see what it does with it. We're sitting here at 10 yards right now, and if the wind doesn't pick up too bad, we might go to 25, but cans that get blown over, but I have to put a little water in the bottom or something to weight them. But anyway, we're going to load this up, and I'm going to show you how to load it. We've already got the BBs, if you've seen the other video that we did. In fact, we've done a couple of them on how to do these. And if you haven't, just subscribe and go back there and take a look. Now here, this is a gate loader, just like the old West. And you just take it, put it down in just like this, one at a time. All you do with it, you see, you just stick it in there. This is, as I said, it's just like an old gate loader. Just put them in one at a time. Won't keep you around to do them all. I'll be back with you in a second. Now here's the final one. This is number 10. Okay, now we're ready to shoot, except for the fact you have to use your lever, and this gun also has a safety, which of course the old ones didn't have like that. So you have it right up here. This is the safe. You cannot use the lever action. You can't do anything till you have that safety turned to a firing position. And I'm going to get you around here so you can see these cans. Hopefully the wind don't even get them there. So let's get around here and I'll get you in line with it. Okay, you can see them down here. I'll put a round in. Again, you have to take the safety off to do it. And we'll see how this actually hits those. I don't know. Like I said, I have not adjusted the sights. I'll hit it. I'm going to run down there and get that can just to see if there needs to be an adjustment. Here's the can right here, and I'd say it did pretty doggone good without any adjustment. She hit right in the middle. It passed right on through. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to shoot the rest of them. When you eject a round out of this, make sure you know where it went. Otherwise, remember, these are reusable. Well, let's shoot the next one just for the heck of it. Doesn't knock them over, but it's going right through them. Now let's take a look at this. I went down and I got the cans, and you can see here, here's the first one I fired, which I showed you before. Pretty doggone right on. And this one too, right in the middle. But I did notice that it does need a little bit of probably Kentucky windage, because there's no windage adjustment on this. And it got right over here, but it's still hitting within that bullseye area. Not too bad. We're going to try it at 25 yards here in just a little bit. But I'm going to load those back up, but I'm also going to try to find one of my cartridges. I already lost one. I mean, that's how you can do these. If you're doing it like I was, where it was just like this, because this is how it ejects. You see that. So, I mean, if you don't look around for it, like right there it is. I shot 6 cans, I got 5 cartridges. So somewhere, I've got one laying around here, and I got to find that. So when I come back, and we'll see if we can find the other one, because I'm going to load these up, and we're going to do a little bit more shooting, and maybe even get a paper target and put it down there. In fact, I might do that next. Okay, what I've done is I took one of these stick-on targets that we've got here, and I put it on one of my pellet BB trap things that I fix up with a cardboard box and put different things inside, like carpet backing, foam, that sort of thing. And that's what we're going to shoot at down here. We're going to see just what sort of a pattern it works on. You know, it should be right pretty much into the center of it, but we're going to find out. So let's turn around and start shooting. All right, I've got you around there. Oh, and I did find the thing, by the way, the cartridge. It was underneath a weed. So we'll put a round in, Load up the other one, take the safety off. And you're right in front of where I'm shooting, so hopefully it doesn't shoot too low. As you can tell, I live fairly close to an airport. That one might have been a little high. Well, that's it. So, put the safety back on. We'll go get that target. We'll take a look at it up here. Well, I could see when I looked at the camera that you actually got zoomed out. Now, this is a problem that Canon cameras have been having. It doesn't seem like they want to remedy it or something. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. But they are having that problem. They say it's a dirty contact. You know, I don't know. It just has been doing it. Anyway. We got some that were right here in the bullseye, but a lot of them right up in here. And I told you I thought I was shooting high a little bit, and I just was not getting, I can't get used to that sight. It's a very, very good sight, by the way. It has this little notch, which I'll show you here in just a second. And I've showed you that in the overview. That brass bead lays right into that. And if you put it on that, this is the result you get, is dead center shooting. But, it just got out here, I was getting off, and I know it was me. I had that thing just too high, did not have it nestled where it needed to be. But it was hitting right into this area, and probably the same thing on the cans. What we're going to do is we're going to do some shooting at 25 yards, and I'll put up some cans, I hope, down here. If nothing else, and I'm not even sure I can get this to stay up down here, because it's pretty doggone, it's windy here, but it's really windy right over there. And I got to try to find all my rounds. I don't know what I'm going to do when I get out to Cedar Oaks with this thing, because you could really lose your rounds out there. I'll just have to pick my areas that I'm shooting from. Anyway, let's get turned around here, and I'll get everything set up in the 25, get these reloaded, and we'll go shoot again. Found all my cartridges, loaded them back up with the BBs over there, and we're over here at the 25-yard shooting range now, and I'm going to move you around so you can see down there. I put another stick-on target up a little bit higher. I put some cans down there where we're going to plink. In fact, I think I'm going to plink those first, and then we'll try to put the other rounds into that. Just see what it'll do here at 25 yards. Hopefully, I get that. Like I said, that bead goes down inside of this groove, which I'll show you up closer before we get out of here. And you want to really get that on there, and then shoot it. Anyway, I'll get you around so you can see this. Hopefully you don't zoom back out, but who knows? This camera's weird. I've got you somewhat zoomed in on it down here at the 25-yard line. I'm going to try plinking some of those cans first up above. See what we can do with that. Make sure that this is nestled down in there. And there's one. I have to be more careful back here at losing my brass. Hit it. By golly, I got a jam. Believe it or not, in an air gun, got a jam. It's not feeding it up for some reason. There we go. I guess it is. I'm not sure that one even fed in. We'll find out. Nope, didn't. That time it did. I hope. I hit the can again, just it's not knocking them off. I'm going down the line, try to find one that will knock it off. Another one I hit. This is going to be interesting. They're hitting. I can hear them. Well, that one did fall. We're going to shoot paper there in just a little bit. I'm going to try down there on the right, see if that one will come off there. I've hit them. I can hear them. So let's try some paper. Oh boy, I hope I find that one. That one headed into the weeds. Okay, let's try a little paper. I'm hitting, you can see I put a new sticker on up there. It's the top one, and that's what we're going to shoot at. Definitely hit it. Where it hit it, I don't know. Hitting the box. I don't know why that one jammed. That was kind of odd. That's it. So we'll put it on safe. We'll go get some of those targets, see what we got, and then we'll come back. I went down and I got one of the cans, and one of them, in fact, that went down. The one that we've seen fall down, and a lot of them they were hitting low. In fact, this one I think is low, but it's in the center. You see right here, because here's where we hit when we were doing them at 10 yards. This is where I got them at 25, but a lot of the ones that were up there were hitting down into here, it seemed like, and lower and a little off. And I said this one seemed like it had a little bit of a windage, but again, we're shooting BBs, and at 25 yards with BBs, once you get that far with a gun that's shooting 600 feet per second, and that 600 feet per second is one that's tested differently. It's not really in the real world. Each CO2 cartridge can be a little bit different. Do I actually have those pierced? I don't know. I found before when I used, because it's the same setup that you have on the Ruger 1022 Umarex that they have, and there have been times where I did not get that one pierced. I don't know why, but it just did not pierce. And at that rate, I lost the CO2 in a hurry, and I just have a feeling that this is already going down, because I'll show you why on the paper target here. Put this one over here. Right here is a paper target we were shooting at 25 yards. I got one round clear down here, and I got one up here close to the bullseye, and another, and I got two right here grouped together. So that, again, that's a little bit off to the right. And I was using my shooter's choice bag, as you know, this one right here, to rest this on. But that jam that I had, I don't understand that. It just sat down there, it would not come up, but that's only been one that I've had. Now, how many rounds can you fire with this? I don't know, because this is the first time I've ever shot this gun. I wanted to do it, as I do with a lot of my tests and evaluation. When I first shoot them, I shoot them right with you, so that you see what happens. And then as we progress and maybe come back with a revisit, we can see what has progressed as far as the improvements or the declines, whichever. But right now, this gun, I really enjoy it, really. It's so much like my Henrys, other than the gate load, although there are Henrys that do have gate loads. But it's easy to shoot. The sight, I was telling you about that earlier, and I showed you in the overview on it. But the sight has got an extra deep notch right there, and that's where you lay this brass bead, is right into that notch. It's not your regular U-shaped buckhorn, and I don't know if I can get it up here and really show it to you good or not, but you can see you've got your U-shape coming out, and you do have a U, it's down there, but it fits perfectly with this brass bead. You just want to make sure that that brass bead is laying right in that and not on top of it. And I think that was where one of the problems I was having a little bit with it. Otherwise, I mean, I could up it just a little bit, raise it, and maybe those low rounds that I was hitting at 25 yards, it'd be up higher. Again, I had one that was a little higher, but I was aiming just a little bit higher at one point. So Yeah, it works. I mean, for plinking, look at that. I mean, we hit just about every plinking target we had, both 10 yards, and basically that's what this is. It's an air gun. And BB guns and the air guns are mainly made for 10 meters, and that's what we were shooting at. I know I always say 10 yards, but actually mine's got it measured out to 10 meters. So it puts it, that's what you'd be shooting, I believe, the Olympics. In fact, I have an Olympic target, and it says it's for 10 meters. So you have very, very small bullseyes on those. All the rings are even extremely small. And we didn't shoot that. We just shot at this so we'd be able to see it better. But anyhow, so far, I'd say this gun's great. I really like it. It's just that one hiccup we had. I don't know why that jammed. It just would not cycle on up. It was, well, I'll show you here. Got to take safety off. There. What it did is it just laid down in here. It would not go on up and go up into the feeding ramp. I don't know why. I tried to pull it up a little bit, wouldn't go. And then I put it back down. I did it again, and when I did it again, after I'd fired that other round, it went in. So I have no idea. That it can't be that round then. I thought, well, maybe, you know, sometimes these will have some sort of a, I don't know, misshape to them or something. I really don't know that much about this. It's the first time we've ever used these, but sure does make it a lot of fun shooting. Then again, think of it this way. This thing's got 2 barrels to go through. I know, you probably think, 2 barrels. You load the BB on that end, right? Okay, that's a short barrel right there. So it's got to come out of that and then go down the actual barrel. So it's got 2 that it's coming out of. You know, they did some great engineering at Umarex on this to get this thing to work the way it has. But we're going to be comparing it, like I said, with a Henry, where we're going to be shooting the Super Colabre in that Henry to compare it with this. And of course, it's going to be quite a bit of difference as far as bullet goes, because this is going to be a 177 BB, whereas that is going to be a 40 grain lead bullet. But it's as close as you can get for a comparison, and that's what we're going to do. So until next time, shoot safe and have a great day of plinking.